Coach, the way that fourth quarter went down, you guys had talked about how difficult of a road trip this would be. What does it say about the grit of your team to be able to find a way to get that done?
Yeah, I mean, you think about the first half, both Aaron and Jamal have it going, and they have to go to the bench because of the early foul trouble. And, at halftime, we talked about too many turnovers and too many free throw attempts for them. And obviously, it didn't get much better in the second half in those two areas. But I thought we had a lot of guys step up tonight and play really good basketball, Katie. Aaron Gordon, 25 points in 23 minutes of action. Jamal was really good. CB down the stretch in that fourth quarter, two-man game with Nikola. Michael, 19 and 11. And I thought Zeke Nnaji off the bench was just really, really good. And some really good defensive possessions, knocked down some big shots. And we knew this road trip was going to be a challenge. And to respond to a tough home loss to the Lakers and start this road trip off with the win speaks a lot about our guys understanding what time of the year it is and handling their business.
I'm not going to let many more questions go through without us asking about Nikola, because I feel like we oftentimes will go the whole press conference without talking about him. So the 19 assists tonight, what can you say about what he's able to accomplish on the floor?
Well, I mean, if you're a player that has no weakness, there is not one chink in that armor. The guy is just an amazing, complete basketball player. And I think the most remarkable thing is not just the 19 assists, but the satisfaction and joy that Nikola gets from making his teammates better. He'd be happy getting 19 assists, no points, and us winning than any other superstar that I've ever come across. And that speaks to who he is. He's a humble person and understands that this whole thing is always much bigger than the individual. It's the collective. But 19, another, what is that, a Sombor double? Is that what they call it? 18, 19, and 9. He's got to lead the universe in those the last 10 years. But he's just an incredible player, and what a luxury to have when you can just play through him down the stretch of a close game and you know something good is going to happen each and every time.
What do you like about his defensive activity?
He was my defensive player of the game tonight. Could have gone to Zeke Nnaji, could have gone to Christian Brown. I thought CB taking on the assignment to guard Tyrese Halliburton. I thought CB was outstanding, but that team runs a million pick and rolls, and Nikola's levels, his 9 defensive rebounds, his 4 steals, his 1 block, his deflections, and his communication, I felt were just really important for us to hold them to 45% in that second half and pull away with the win.
Coach, obviously a long road trip, but you got to, or I guess how much do you love a better start because the last one wasn't great out of the gate, I guess?
Yeah, obviously, this time of the season especially, and understanding we've been a really good road team. That has to continue to be the case down this stretch, 24 games to go now, I believe. And to bounce back after a loss, you don't want to stack losses, you want to stack wins. It was good to get that bad taste out of our mouth. We watched the film, we owned it, and we went out there and beat a team that's been playing really good basketball. And so we're not going to celebrate because we know we have a tremendous challenge in Milwaukee coming up. And we're just going to take this 4-game trip one game at a time.
Do you think Zeke can reach a point where he can contribute in bits and pieces in the playoffs? Or what do you kind of need to see from him to get to that?
Well, I mean, without getting too far ahead of ourselves, just continue to be present, continue to be in the moment. And I think Zeke's done that. Ever since Peyton Watson went out, Zeke's been called upon, and you're always happy for any player to have success. But Zeke is such a remarkable young man. He really is, and he's such a good person. And you want to see guys like that have success. When called upon, he stayed ready. He's gone out there and done his job, and he's shown that he belongs out there. And so I have all the confidence in the world. If I have to call upon Zeke Nnaji at any point the remainder of this season, I feel really confident about doing that, and so do his teammates. And I think that's even more important.
Another guy didn't blow up the stat sheet too much. He only got 3 minutes, but I thought the way the Pickett came in that little stretch that he played, I thought he was just fantastic.
Yeah, I probably should have gotten him some more minutes. When I just told him in the locker room, what he's shown me, Scott, is that Jalen Pickett, when called upon, will go out there, run his team, value the basketball, make an open shot, and be disciplined and competitive on the defensive end of the floor. What more can you ask from your third point guard behind Jamal and Russ? So, Jalen, kind of like Zeke, two guys that have gotten chances to play in the last month and a half, and he went out there and was aggressive. He was confident, and he was effective.
Coach Scott and I don't know if Kate thought that, but the defense looked pretty good without the turnovers. If you take the turnovers, the half-court defense, can you just comment on what you thought of the defensive effort, flying around, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's funny, Chris, we said the same thing after the Laker game. Like, if you just broke down their field goal percentage and their fast break points, that was at 74%. In the half court, it was at 44%. I'll take 44% every night in the half court. And, we had a stretch tonight, obviously 20 turnovers, 24 points. If you eliminate some of those and you take away the live ball turnovers where they're just getting out and running, I thought we had some tremendous half court possessions against a team that's been putting up a lot of numbers. So a lot of room for improvement, but I was really pleased with the effort tonight, and a hell of a way to start off the trip.
One more.
Coach, you got to chat with Sean Payton a little bit before the game. What was that like? I know you guys have kind of talked in passing, but how much you got to talk face-to-face?
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, obviously, and I didn't fully realize the extent of which he is a basketball guy. He's a basketball junkie. We talked about, my time in New Orleans. Obviously, he's a legend down there for his job with the Saints. And I thanked him for the job he's done for the Broncos. I mean, because obviously I've been here for 10 years, and I've seen quite a few Broncos coaches come and go. And for them to make the playoffs this year and to see the city get so excited, Bronco country get excited behind that, that was fun to see. But I really enjoyed talking with him. He talked about when he was a young up-and-coming kid in high school, he played against a guy named Glenn Rivers, also known as Doc. But he's a really interesting guy, and I look forward to getting to know him even more, spending more time with him. And I'm going to help him with their draft picks, so we'll see what we do.